All right, everybody lying, supposedly. I come down just a tad notch. Okay. Everybody all right? Good. Hello, everybody all right? I still sound loud. Y'all got me on the stage. They said Dwayne deaf, so they had to throw it up there so he can hear. You can't hear if I'm down here. Y'all can't hear up down. If I'm projecting, who's deaf? Hey, we missed somebody. What breeze at? You gotta be serious about the way in to be here. It ain't for everybody, is it? Goodness. Some people here last week ain't here this week. Who faking like they well and they not, and they still sick? For real, Boogie, you gonna call Val name for real? That I told him. Seriously, Boogie. That man ain't seen no test result. That's all right. I just seen, hold on for a minute. I just seen Janae came out and did it. So I seen a little coffee in there. I said, that little coffee, ain't nothing wrong with him. All right? Now he ain't back tonight. I told her, he was sitting out over the door. It was cold. I said, yeah, open them doors up. I don't need that blue bunny plague up in him. I've been holding out good. I'm telling y'all, listen. Oh, there goes somebody fat kid. Hey, old fat boy. Boy, you fat. And there go that face. You know, he's making no face. He got himself trying to scare people. Stop trying to scare people. But yeah, so we're gonna try to what we're gonna try to do, we get a chance, we're gonna try to hand out these care packages. So we're trying to make sure everybody get a care package. So everybody be assigned somebody. These are your permanent assignments. So you go on to move. We might have one trade. One trade. It might be all y'all get. Y'all got it? So when you get your care packages, I need you to be strong to maintain. Who gonna kick up all the rip? Princess. Who else? Candy kick up? Candy, they say you gonna kick up all the rip. No, Ray. Ray said, Ray shot you didn't. So I wasn't expecting Ray to do that. So everybody get their care package and they'll be passed out. So you get your individual person, you just get them. Don't forget what y'all been told what y'all got to do, right? Hello? Why y'all acting like y'all another plan? How many y'all remember what they say y'all had to do? 2,000. That's minimal. That's maximum. We don't want to give people too much. 2,000. Kiss on the forehead, hug. And they need transportation, grocery. That's your care packet. The centers get them for Christmas. We don't do Christmas, so we don't get y'all a year round. Y'all just get them. So when you get your text message, you get yours, just run on in the name. All right? Just don't run into nothing. Rudy said he don't need no care packet. He said, get it to somebody who need it. So y'all get ready for that. How many of y'all got some people you want? Who in here who know they want? Raise their hand. Who you want, Boston? Who you want? You raise your hand. Why you looking around? I said who know what they want. The man looking. When? Who was your girl? He might. That trader. It was a trade. She said she a caretaker. We're gonna put you on a little package too. We'll get you a little package going too. Little package. So anybody got anybody they particular? They said, man, I sure like to have that one. Anybody? No. These people you gotta look out for. Take care of them. It could be sometimes you can just have one. There's not a care package, just one. Some people might just need one. The care package means, like if it's 5 people, those 5 people responsible to make sure that one person get everything they need. They might come and just say, I need a kiss on the forehead. So all 5 of y'all just got to surround them and just kiss them at the same time. They might just need a hug, group hug. Yes, ma'am.
So
with the 2,000 per person, whoever get that one, y'all in trouble. She done map this thing out. Because it ain't no law against it. It could go either way, isn't that right? Because we didn't put that in the instructions. So it's a care package. Say if it's 5 people with one person, that one person said, I need to get 2,000. You might say, well, okay, I'm going to get with the others. I'm going to need 2 from you, 2 from you, 2. So the care package could, what y'all thinking? What's the rule? Had a rule been in play? Everybody just had to give them 2,000 apiece? Huh? You said what happened? Combined. That's up to a maximum. That's probably up to a maximum. Breeze, which one is it? She said if they got 5 people, then all 5 people do 2,000 apiece. All the combined, man. That's a lot, yeah. So then it's legitimate. So if they fall or something, I just say if you sing, just say like Rashida, you take care of it, and I just start falling. Whatever y'all gotta drop what y'all doing, cause you're supposed to be carrying. You supposed to be driving like they try to. You were coming. I done tore the floor up now. I tell you, I'm gonna be in her care packet. So y'all gotta be ready. So Prince will get ready. And she said, I feel weak. It could be one person, gotta be all the responsibility on one person, whatever it is. So just make sure y'all be ready. And I say this to everybody who get a care package. Stay prayed up. That's all the best way to stay prayed up. But anyway, I'm gonna tell y'all, talk to y'all a little bit here before we move forward. Then I would like to just briefly talk to y'all. I'm not finished about something. But I was telling some of the gentlemen this afternoon I was on the phone with about how, hey, y'all seen about what's happening with the permafrost in Serbia? Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. This melting. That's right, it's melting in Serbia. Nobody paid attention to that? Why? That ain't important, don't worry about it. Probably don't affect nothing. What happened? You saw it on the Weather Channel? Not the one in Mississippi. Mississippi don't even know it's another country, do it. They can pick up other states out of Mississippi. I'm saying, where you was in Laura, what other states did you pick up? Sydney.
I pick up all states.
She said all of it. You saw it in Jackson State, Mississippi State. You picked up all of them. She said she picked up all the states in Laura. So you can see Jackson State and Mississippi State.
Yes, sir.
Ole Miss State. You can see them. That done picked up. That's pretty good telecommunication. But see, most people don't watch like other news like worldwide, because there's a lot going on here. When I watch the news on here, I find out y'all niggas crazy over here too. It's not just worldwide. I'm watching everybody. I said, man, these people crazy. Then I watch over here. I said, let me just go back and look at them. It's hard to talk about them when I see us. But I did see that Iran and the USA soccer match. Anybody watch that? They were pretty good. It was pretty good. I'm not a soccer fan, but that was a good match. I want to see if somebody gonna go boom. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I had a little something in my heart. I was looking. Because you don't never know how it's going to go. I mean, that's 2 hated countries, the U.S. and Iran. And the U.S. won. They beat them. I looked at that, I told Austin. I said, I ain't never seen one of them niggas over there. I said, these not no American niggas. Everybody on that team for something. You can look at them. I said, I've been here all my life. I ain't never seen these people before. I know they not from here. I want their little head, the head shape. I said, no, that's not us. They don't borrow a nigga from everywhere on the continent except from, it was 2 niggas on there I seen that I know from America. I heard him talk, I said, I know him. The rest of them niggas, no, I don't know them. The white, everybody, so I see what they doing. Everybody buying people. Y'all ever seen Saudi Arabia team? Every one of them niggas skin like mine. I said, ho. They're not one of them niggas with them bed sheets on. They don't went hire every nigga my color to play. I'm saying, Saudi. I'm like, these people, so really, it's not a fair game. Because to me, it's like the Olympics. I don't get it. It should be your own people. That's the object of the sport, is saying who's the best as far as the country and the people. You lose, you lose. I don't know what's so serious. Soccer, really to me, they ought to ban soccer. It's just too stupid. I'm really, I say that. I don't see kicking no ball making you want to go tear down no stadium and tear up your city. This is just the dumbest stuff I've seen. If it's that serious, that's just stupid. I don't get it. It's a game. This don't mean you no better man. This don't mean you the great. This some stuff that don't count. You can't take it no job. You can't take no grocery store and get no free grocery. It don't pay no bill. It ain't that serious. Over in America, one thing now, this a dumb, retarded country now. Make no mistake. They just passed same-sex marriage. I thought these sisters already could do it. But yeah, they just pushing it now. They had what? So the Republicans just as stupid too. Y'all just as stupid as the Democrat. It was 67-31 that voted on this, and now, the homosexual be married. I mean, at this point, what we're gonna do? They've been doing it anyway. It's just sickening the fact that they can do this and make it look like everybody in America go. That's why people hate us so bad. It's because of the politicians. That's why I'm for, once again, self-preservation. I'm for the establishment of our people being a nation separate from the United States. We can be here, but we cannot be under you. Cause this stuff will get you killed. Because people don't realize why people hate America. People hate America because they know all these races, nobody can tell no lie. Let's just be practical. Homosexuality been around. It's going to be here. You ain't stopping it. As much as you hate it, it's still another person's choice, okay? It's disgusting, but at the same time, people have a right to certain aspects of what they want to do. I don't agree with it. That's me. I don't like it. I hate it. But at the same time, I shouldn't be able to control them no more than they should be able to control me being a heterosexual. That's right. Got what I'm saying? Yep. What I do is by nature. What they do is against nature. But the point of the matter is, it should never been on the table that it's a discussion, even a vote or option for 2 men or 2 women to be married. Just leave it where it is. That's something you want to do. The country should have never been involved. It should never went to a polling vote. It should never went to a court. That's your choice. Should somebody beat you up, kill you, hang you for it? No. Let Mr. Yahuwah do it when he come back. I think everything out of style to everybody else's hand. Now, child sex, molestation, rape, murder, we'll handle it till you get back here. He gonna want us to get that. That we can stop. But you and what you doing in the private of your home, I don't think nobody should be able to come there. As much as you hate it, it ain't your business. That's right. Let's just be practical. This is where I felt at one time with Hoser. We said, holiness of hell. Then you find out it's wrong. Now, what if it went with my judgment and sent everybody to hell, quote unquote? Show you the danger of people when you have something and you feel like it's right to a point you're ready to invade everybody and kill everybody else. Everybody, we waiting on Mr. Yahuwah to put, everybody really waiting on their deal to show up to prove everything out. That's right. It's true. That's just being honest. Y'all want the truth, you want to lie. It's true. All right, that's the truth. Everybody waiting on the deal to show back up to prove out. Yep. So right now, I don't think nobody should be killing nobody. I think everybody keep their hands up. Other than I see we catch somebody hype kill you or something. We ain't gotta wait on that. We ain't gotta wait on no deal on that. They wanted to, we gonna go and give you eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Before as you homosexual, you Baptist, you Methodist, you Presbyterian, you Hebrew life, everybody just keep your damn hands to yourself till the man get back. That's right. Everybody do the worship, do what you're doing, everything is gonna prove itself out. Right. None of these people sway me in a way, so I can frankly care less. I'm just being honest. I'm not persuaded. I already know the end of your religion. I know the beginning of it. And you started. That's why I know the problem, man. Any religion, they said, we just sat down, we came up with it. That's the problem. Y'all got it? For us, it is our belief that I was orchestrated and illustrated by the Creator. And the way he set up was the way he intended for man, period. He didn't say, this is for you, Adam. Everybody else picked something else. Man went off and did his own thing. Right. That's my belief. You know what I'm saying? Based off our code, based off our writings, that's the belief. It's intended for error. And the thing is, unlike a lot of these other religions, anybody can join our religion. I don't have no book to say nobody can't join. You better walk to the same rule, though. That's right. That's right. It don't even matter. I'll be honest, I held some prejudice, and I think the prejudice that I held is because this is one of the things like a kid. If you don't give me none of your candy, when I guess a candy ain't gonna give you none. Right. Somewhere in that, you know what I'm saying, that it's like, let me get you back type. So since we were ousted to believe that he was white and we had to kind of beg our way in, so when you find out that he wasn't white here, so you kind of like, okay, everybody just hold somewhat of a prejudice to their religion. Well, we the only people get it. Doesn't make sense because nobody created themselves or their color or their race. Nobody picked. Nobody had an option in this matter. Y'all got it? Yes, so, but he designated a way for everybody to live. Now, if you let the color, you let the eye slant, you let the hair texture get you off, and that becomes your head or your drive, that's your problem. There's a lot of people look funny to me, look different to me because that's the way I see. Y'all got it? At the end of the day, they ain't got nothing to do with condemning nobody, sending them no eternal damnation because of how they look. It's true. If you're ugly, hope you get another chance. You know what I'm saying? And the reincarnation, surely you can't look like that. That's all you can do. You ain't got but one chance to be ugly. So I wouldn't worry about it. Probably. I just been fun. But really when it comes down to color or the race, ethnicity, I appreciate the fact that everybody can get in. Nobody don't hold no control or key to keep no other color out. Everybody that'll obey, that comply, that acknowledge their man. I appreciate, because think about it. What if you was another race and quote unquote and can't get in? How you fix that? How you fix that if you're born green and everybody getting in purple? What's fair about that? Think about what's fair? What's fair? It don't even make sense to keep going. If just say the only way you get in if you white. Why would you even try? It don't even make, you couldn't win that fight. So I'm gonna bleach my skin. It still ain't the same thing. He made you that for a reason. Y'all got it. So at the end of the day, everybody gotta get over their stupidity, their ignorance, their hatred, their blundering stupidity, and everybody just come out to acknowledge it. I'm just trying to make sure we get in. At the end of the day, that's it. I ain't got no time to hate nobody, to make nobody. Yeah, we know everything started from darkness. That's just the truth. We just had to be a dark human and people hated. They shouldn't hate us. No more than we should hate nobody else because of their color. If I should hate you, it should be because something you done. Hypothetically, you hit me. Yeah. I hate her because she hit me. There's a reason behind it. She hurt me. She inflicted me. Not, I hate her because she black. It makes no sense. It's just, everybody can get past ignorance. Everybody, even with Hispanic, black people stupid. We'll hate. I don't know who we don't get along with. We don't get along with each other. But what's another race look like us? Who's the biggest conflict of race with us besides white? I'm saying look like us. Them Nigerians. Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to fix that. They use somebody else. That's a bad example. I mean, but really the real, I guess the real hatred between us and them is the fact they owned us before Mizraim. I think it's kind of even though we were told, you ain't supposed to hate them. I'm still growing. Be honest, there's some folks that lie and claim they somewhere they ain't. I'm still learning every day. But I think something because, their end is they're acknowledged for it, but unfortunately they're not acknowledged for who they are as original people. And I think that would make people, because you'll say, them Nigerians think they're smart. It ain't all of them to you about this. They always think they're smarter than you. They're always trying to get over you. But it's because we dealt with them in Mizraim. So we have a long history of combating one another. You know what I'm saying? First of all, it's always been a divide. It's always been a divide. We ain't never been able to really be together. We married a couple of their women, then, and it broke out. And Solomon married some, and they got him off. So it's always one of them things where it is. I mean, you look, we just didn't have a problem. Let's use somebody else. What is, we're still growing. That's it, man. We're growing. I'm growing. Let me ask something like Sandy, she's not Puerto Rican. With Mexicans and Hispanics, do you know what the divide is, the reason is so? Do you know by chance? Why it's a hate?
One just thinks they're better than the other.
One just think they're
I
better.
don't think there is anything that actually happens that constitutes one.
Okay. And that could be. Somebody could feel like somebody kissing up more or somebody more accepted. It could kind of be.
For free.
Puerto Rican can come over, yeah. That could be.
Commonwealth agreement.
Yeah.
Just travel to and from. They can claim to be part of America but still be their own person.
Yeah. That's how we want to be. That's how we want to be. We could be a part of America to an end, but we just got to be our own nation. That's how we got to be, like Puerto Rican. We got to be like that. We got to be part to an end, but we need our own territory. We need our own territory. We need, unlike with Puerto Rican, how they done it. See how they keep them under them, in fact, they keep them poor. So we can't do like the Puerto Rican. We can mimic some of the pattern, not all. We can't be poor. And because that's how they keep them under them. They keep them poor, keep them devastated, and keep prices high so they can't ever get above themselves. It's the same thing with Indian Island, the Dominican Republic. Who are they under? The French? Who they under? Do you know? Spanish. The Dominican. Well, I know they're Spanish. They're Spanish originally, but they still under Spain. Okay. Yeah, they still captive. So another piss poor country, Spain. But I appreciate Mr. Hood for taking all these people down, the Greeks. People don't even acknowledge them no more like they do. Greece, people don't even think about Greece. Greece got some of your oldest stuff, and I appreciate Mr. Hood for taking them down. Rome, these were great empires. They were great. Belgium, a lot of these places, they were great empire. And I appreciate this man so much. It just lets you know the rest don't got to come to fall. England falling. It is all these people, and there's nobody that's under them that they don't keep broke. They keep them broke and sick, because they get you. They also gonna build your hospitals. I mean, it's just bad. People don't realize how these people hurt you. Let me see. Just talking about that. I shouldn't talk about that though. Talk about that. Talk about that, man. Nights are hospital. Y'all not familiar with them, are you? The Knights of Hospital. You probably don't remember them. They became the Knights of Malta later. Some people know. They actually, yeah, that's what I said I'm talking about now. We'll move forward on something else. They're responsible for building your hospitals. They wound up becoming the largest group. They wound up conquering a whole lot of other people too. They wound up whipping out a lot of people. That's amazing. They actually brought them in to help out and assist during the time of war. I won't get into much, but they actually brought them in and coming in and establishing those hospitals and doing what they did. They wound up becoming the largest groups. You see like a lot of these people now, you don't realize how much hospital play a whole lot of part to a lot of what you got going on. You really don't know. You even see when Russia bombing, that's amazing, the places they hidden. It's amazing. You'd be surprised what's going on with hospitals. You ain't know they're bombing these hospitals? That's how these people wind up winning wars. They look like they come to help you. Same time they come to make you sick. They come to kill you. And I mean, they done a job, but they don't get into a lot of that. Don't worry about it. You know something, don't you? Yeah. They probably not ready for a whole lot of conversation. But there's some more people. There's some more people. Yeah, that's a rabbit hole. But the biggest thing is we're working on a plan. We're working on a plan to establish ourselves. We got to. We got to establish ourselves. I just want y'all to be minded and want to do it. I don't think y'all ready for that though. I don't really think y'all ready. When I say y'all, it ain't just here. I think globally our people not ready. But I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it anyway. It'll be at a high expense to do it. But like where we at is like trying to make money. That conversation is old. That conversation that played out is not a real futuristic chance. Cause you know what you don't hear white people say, corporation? I'm trying to make money. People that's struggling, people behind, and people who know who they're to go see and know what they have to do have to have that conversation. They don't have that conversation. They're going to make money. They're going to make money in a good economy or in a bad economy. They control the wave. They need to break a lot of these people. They need to strip these people down. You need poor people. You got to have poor people. And our people hadn't learned yet. There's no religious leader. There's no politician. None of these rappers really tried to come and give us a real insight. Let me say this. When I say no, I want to apologize. I can't speak for everybody. But I'm just saying the people that we typically know on a large scale have not really moved us toward advancement. Now let me say this at the same time in the defense for them it could be because of where we're trying to go. It's hard to make the giant leap to do it. You got to kind of crawl like they say. And I ain't a crawling nigga, and that hurt me. I don't like crawling. I'm what I'm saying. Let's just say what we're gonna do and let's do it. I don't want to do nothing in secret. When we meet as a people, I want every TV station now, let them all hear. Put every agency they got there. It's nothing to hide. It's what we're gonna do or we not. If we gotta do a secret meeting, hide behind something, I don't want no part of it. I'm a man. I'm not hiding to have no conversation about what I'm gonna do. That's not something I'm gonna do. Y'all got it? If they want to have, let's just be real secretive. Let's kind of meet secretly, and let's try to, let's don't let nobody know what we're doing. So when you gonna ever bring it to light? Right. Where we at now, we can't afford it. That's me now. I might be ahead of my time. When I'm saying ahead of my time, not that I'm above nobody, because I'm just not with the crawl type. I don't want to crawl. What we need to do, it need to be said and done, and so do. Book says, so say and do. And I'm at that point where if you do, spies have been among us, okay? That don't change. So if you're doing something wrong, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. But if you're doing something for your betterment, why are you hiding? Why it's got to be secret? Well, it's just so they don't know till we read it. Well, they going to know anyway. If we going to do it, what difference it make when they know? You need to know that we saying we changing, we got to change it. We got to change how the whole dynamic, it works against us. We got to end that water cooler talk. We got to end that. Go hide in a corner. I understand something early development you're doing, you're trying to write. I just ain't got time. Time is a real factor right now. If you look, every one of these countries are erupting. I'm talking about they're erupting. China is in a big mess right now. They're in a major mess. They people on the street in full drove, and they gonna put the military around them. They putting them on. Canada people. Y'all ain't been saying. They won't even show you Canada, have you? Y'all ain't saying it. Oh, it's bad. It's bad for Canada. Canada has just moved, and they signed a declaration to use their military on them. Yeah, these people are using the military just like on their own people. And these niggas look, I'll go to Canada. I know, run up that diamond. That's what you do. They put in the military. They already voted. They're putting the military on the military can use this. They unleash the military on the truck drivers. Can you imagine on citizens? Even their constitution have, you can't use the military. They still do it. But see, people so stupid. That's how they get you. You can't use the military. America can't use the military on their own people, but they'll bring them at National Guard. That ain't military. That's when you're stupid. You bring the military, but no, you can't put the military, Chris. You can't use them. You can only use the National Guard. They with the Boy Scouts. When you don't know no better, you don't know no better, you know. And what the National Guard is actually supposed to be set to do is for, it's on the state's end and to help assist where needed. And they feel like that's a need. Why would they tell the citizens that they got a military for states as well to make sure they keep them under control? They got to make you think they're on it. If that's the case, they need to train them how to use umbrellas. Right. For what they claim they use. They need to train. That's what I take them now and cut the heat on or cut the air conditioner freezing and seeking they still put like soup in a bowl. For what they claim they're supposed to be for. It make no sense to militarily train them to fight and activate them to go fight somewhere else if they're only there to help assist the state. Right. But they are a military. But see, when you don't know no better and you don't think, you're not a thinker that'll make you think, well, they can't use them. I don't know why you figure that. They bring the National Guard out too much. They said, put the National Guard. And the National Guard don't come out with spoons and forks and umbrellas and boats. They come out with guns. Yep. They come out on orders, and they go get you up off them streets. Yep. That's their bottom line. So all I want to do, I want us to be somebody where it counts for us. I just know it'll make a difference. It'll make a difference if every man and every woman that looks like us, anybody, you can go out with the confidence of no one's going to hurt you because of your color. Nobody's going to disenfranchise you because of your height or your stature, your look. Nobody. Everybody should have that right. Everybody. And, I'm a defender of our right at the same time. I don't think it's fair to defend our right to have it and then we disenfranchise somebody else. I think every other race that disenfranchised feel the same way, or feel like, every other race of opposition now, I think they should have a defense. I think every race should have a military and a defense to make sure nobody be disenfranchised, nobody get cheated. Y'all don't think that's fair? We got a United Nations where every leader go and sit down. We need a table where we all talk. They need to pull a national TV in, everybody can talk, all these countries, find out what's the real hate, what's the problem. You'll find out a lot of the problem when our government make us hate each other, just like sports. We'll hate, like I might say, the fact, hate. How it get to it could be a different conversation. It should never turn to, I hate you though. They had nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's almost to that. Sometimes people get into it about them teams. They'll get defined. And you really look at it, neither one of us getting paid. You might be a fan by a season ticket. You're not part of the organization. But, whatever reason is, we can't enjoy something without it becoming violently disagreeable. You know what I'm saying? And we got to kind of change that. And that just kind of bothers me. Like, the soccer man, Belgium lost. Man, they tore that place up. They tore it up. Them folks erupted. They don't want to show you that because them people get down over there. This one get though. Y'all piss poor. You're on the communist government. You're retards. And you'll tap your city about a damn soccer match and you won't tear it up because of the way you're being treated. Right. That pissed me off. Even when I see black, it's like, all the problems you got time to tap a city about a damn game? They ain't never showed me no game made me want to tap no city. They show me my life, it made me want to tear up something. They show me how I get treated and how I'm wrongfully incarcerated or murdered or beaten. That made me want to tear up something. So I think we need to learn how to refocus our anger. You know what I'm saying? And take it away from being so hyper energetic, so supportive, overspending for tickets to run the games and other stuff we do. We're people, I mean, we just can't afford a lot of this stuff. We need to learn how to sound and fix our problem. That's all I want to do. I like to just sound and talk with the so-called Negro and just get him, you know, mind to say, let's fix our problem. Let's fix, what's your problem with me? Let me tell you what my problem is with you. Let's see what we can come to a consensus. That we ain't got to kill each other. What can we come to? What you say? Well, I don't like the way. Well, I don't like. How about me and you just don't talk or don't associate, so we don't have to have that issue. And then let's respect each other's existence. That fair? Yes, sir. Because there's some people you ain't gonna get nothing across. I think the average level-headed person you can almost talk to. The average person with common sense can come to agreement and say, you know what, we can do that. I don't get this. If me and you can sit down and agree on a ceasefire, why we can't agree on just let's stop it? Right. Because why are we agreeing on a ceasefire? Too many people dying. What'll happen? People can't get food and water. So let's doing a ceasefire for 3 months. Then after that, we start back killing each other. How we got enough sense to agree on it for 3 months? We ain't got enough sense to say, let's end this permanently. Let's end it. Let's come up with a consent. Let's come up with something that makes sense where everybody can live. And we can walk away from him and, you know, be productive. All these bastards, all these leaders have showed, they're the people that tell us, calm down, don't fight. We got to have structure, got to have law. These dumb bastards, every one of these leaders, if every country is a dumb bastard, they don't not exempt in one of them. Every one of them are dumb bastards. Because it makes no sense to let these people fight, kill all these people, destroy this economy, all these people dying. I'm talking about on hundreds of thousands a day. And all these dumb bastards sitting around with suits and coats, sitting up, meeting and shaking hands while we dying. Damn a soccer match. The fans shouldn't have showed up. Why would I be sitting aside? The whole world is destroying. I got time to be here for a soccer match? What happens when we leave him? What happens when they leave? I can't get, it's like, where's the mind of these people? But that's how stupid people are. Soccer, bring us together, my brother. After that, I'm going to blow your brains out of the soccer. I'm going to kill him. As soon as it's over, we back on, I'm going to kill you. I'm praying for your fall. That's scary. That ain't scary to y'all? That these people can come and sort of imagine, they can shout, play together. The countries are devastated. People sitting in Ukraine, Ukraine is not my real issue, so I wouldn't want to make that a lie. Just the fact that people freezing. Y'all know it can hit 20 below zero. You have no electricity, and we actually sitting here 20 below. Listen, zero in the daytime, it can drop as low as 20. You have no electricity, no gas, nothing. How you supposed to survive? And these folks worry about soccer. We wanted them to be here today to play soccer. I mean, the whole world's stupid. Whole world just stupid, and who I blame is the people. Everyone. I want to apologize to all the leaders because nobody can be dumber than all of y'all, than all of us. We the people, not just in America, everywhere. There's no way we should let it go on. It's not hard to stop war. All we got to tell, hypothetically, these two here, y'all two want to fight each other. Nobody do business with y'all. We're done. We'll isolate both, cut them out. We'll force both of them into starvation. We'll cut them off. They won't get nothing. Don't send nothing. No bullets, no guns, no food, no water, nothing. Till their own people kill them and stop it. That's how you stop it. You got nuclear weapons. Handing people weapons ain't stopping no fight. I'm handing him guns, I'm handing him knives. When it gonna stop? You tell me the police want to arrest me for being an accessory? If I hand that man something to help that man fight, I'm not gonna be an accessory to this? If I give this man something, so how do you bastards do this and nobody charging them? But yet you can't do it. They do it with suits and ties. All us getting ripped. I don't get the common sense with people. At some point, all these races, we need to sound, we need to talk. We're just done listening to these people. Cut them off. Walnut definitely don't need to be in there. Herschel, your dumb ass. I'm going to vote for you. I'm going to vote for you. I sure don't want to. Damn, you dumb. But unlike the Godfather was, I have sentimental values. I put all my vengeance in Herschel Walker. Huh? I got to put all my vengeance in Herschel Walker. That's it. I got to vote for Herschel. I got to go vote for this man. I sure hate it. He can't dress worth a damn. him, I don't get it to save my life. This man keep wearing these polo style shirt with these jacket. Damn thing don't fit. Jacket open too wide. It's just too much. And man wasted so much damn time talking about a vampire. I don't know what to do. Why that man talking about vampire? I just some dream, keep them to yourself. Don't. This should never leave your mouth, Herschel. Please stop it. Well, I gotta make a chest move, and I gotta move. I can't walk nothing. No, damn it, no big. I said, I can't force myself to do it. I can't do it. He just too dumb. And him and that dog lick him in the mouth. That definitely hurt him. Not to mention the rest of what it did. Last time they see was a black man with a dog lick him in the mouth. That's not something we do. I don't know. Now, people quote unquote is like dog lovers the way we love them licking in the mouth. That's man, I bust a dog in the damn head. Man, I put it tongue in my face. Never play them. Like, never play them. I beat that dog, kill that dog, man. Dog kill me like a sister kiss me in the mouth. Dog put his mouth anywhere. But I mean, now, I know y'all loving that. It's different. I don't even want y'all to tell. I don't even want to know. I look at you different. I find about your dog looking at me. If I find that dog do that thing in your mouth like that thing in your mouth, it ain't gonna be the same now. I ain't gonna be the same. I just really don't know. Please don't come up and confess. Say that the dog, you just dropped the whole tongue in my mouth like that. We the tongue ball. I don't want no. I'm with that. Man, you hit that dog right on top of his head. You try to knock him out. You punch him dead between the eyes on top of his head. You hit that joke. Listen, he going down too. He gonna go down hard. That's crazy. But that's the stuff now. When we grew up, we want lovers like that. Our dogs should be outside. Back in the 70s like that, niggas didn't even have no house dog, especially no poodle. It was some big dog. We ain't know about no poodle, man. They ain't like a rat. They were too like a rat or a hamster. You had a dog, you had a dog. When you say you had a dog, you had something to fight. You a kid. You told somebody, you said, my dog beat your dog. And somebody seen you had something like this. You could never come back to school. If your dog can fit in both your hands, don't you show your face back. You could have made our neighborhood. We didn't even have them dogs. I don't know what for now. Nigga buy the squirreliest little dogs now. The collar bigger than the dog. We never had dogs like that. We had German Shepherds. You wanted something in the 70s, before it was a pit bull right now, it was Bulldog and Doberman. Them Bulldog were big. That little stocky bastard, that was a big dog. That bastard was fat and he was big. The rock was, that wasn't rock. In the 70s, I don't remember no rock. We ain't have no rock. Said a lot of them dogs, we ain't know about it. We ain't have them back there. I'll tell you, remember the rock wild in the 70s? You had the Doberman Pinscher, the German Shepherd, the Bulldog, them were coming, the boxers. I hear folk, they had them little boxers in the 70s. Who was that? The Great Dane. Yeah, that was the folk house. We had some folk had them great. He was a big, tall dog like that. But yeah, some of these dogs you got in all these dogs, no, we ain't had none of the pit bull, none of that stuff. You ain't had none of that. Rottweiler, them dogs up like 1990-something dogs. They late 80, early 90 dogs. I'm just saying, you didn't have, in the 70s, they weren't popular. You didn't have them. Probably you went somewhere. We ain't have on them. Your best dog. That German Shepherd was it was a serious dog. He was a very serious dog. He gonna rip you apart on that. Then they carried their new dog. Everybody just pushed them dogs to the side. I don't know last time I seen no Doberman Pinscher. No, they turned on you. In 5 years they were turning on you. They were notorious in the 70s for killing people. Yeah, they'll turn. They were known. That's why they got run. German Shepherd used to be in a police car. They got them out. They would turn on the police. That's why they got them out. In Atlanta, they used to ride when the police always had a dog in the car. Yeah, they had to get rid of them. They were turning on them. Yeah, them dogs, they're not loyal. After a while, they look at it, they say, you must think I'm a nigga because I got that brown on me. They be, I want to drive. They be like, you can't drive, you're a dog. Just dive on like a cup of water. Yeah, a lot of them dogs, Doberman Pinscher, German Shepherd. I'm telling you, the dog, let me see hands. The dog for the most bite. Hands. Okay. They got the most bite record on people. Uh-oh, I see two people raising their hand. 3, 4. All right, the white beat y'all. Who you going to say? The chow. That purple tongue bastard, he notorious for biting. Folks don't look at that little bastard. He's notorious for biting. Yeah, he'll bite you. They just don't talk about it. They be talking about all them other dogs. That chow going to bite you. You see that purple tongue, you don't get bit. It's just a matter of time you get bit. He got a good bite record on him. Man, we had them. I remember them Alaskan Husky were popping. I wanted one of them things. My damn dog wasn't dying time. I be looking like I want another dog. Look at that bastard. He ain't gonna die. He just ain't gonna die. Damn, I need that dog today. It was some dogs I was eyeing, man. I ain't gonna lie. I used to lust that other folk dog. Swear my dog came home. His ass got tore out the frame. Man, I heard my window was up, man. It was I stepped in the back of the house. I heard the thing. Oh, you know, I said, somebody getting tore up. I was like, man, what that money down that bag? Damn, I hang it. Ass on the back porch. I said, that was your ass? I said, man, I can't show my face. Everybody gonna find that my dog. I didn't get your head to stay in the backyard. Man, I'm talking about they rocked his ass. You just him. Oh, his eyes. But I'm thinking that's somebody else's dog. You're not mine. Mine in the backyard locked up. So I thought, man, it broke down here like he better try to put the chain around his own neck. Take me back. I'm like, nope. You know, one got your ass whooped up there and showed, nope. I'm like, I hope them dogs don't tell them folk where you live at. That dog sure let me down. That thing sure hurt me. Because, you know, that was your thing. You would live your dog. You know what I'm saying? You wanted a dog. I mean, he'd go to the bus stop. He used to run hell out of them kids. And them kids be saying, they be talking about, who dog is? I won't say nothing. I'm just waiting on the bus. I like, please don't come over him. He just really just jump up on there. Who dog? Who dog? I'm not finna go to jail. My ass sat right there. I'm ignoring his ass. Like, get back. So, I'm like, why? Why you come down here to eat my friends? Now I had to sit right there. Look, they ain't my dog. I was so damn mad with that dog, man. Man, we had that relationship. You ain't my dog. Just get your ass back. And damn thing popped. She had runs that dive on him. Boom, the kid just falling. Kid tried to go to school. He smelled like dog and everything too. Went studying his ass. Just ignore him. I'm getting like, who dog is this? I just kept standing like, I don't know what's going on. So if you still living, you got attacked by a dog, push you down at the bus stop, you see me out there. That wasn't my dog. I just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, we got to get the truth out there while we can. That's all we can do. Other than that, how y'all feel? Anybody that got some tragic dog stories? Anybody the dog let them down? That's what I'm saying. What your dog do, Dave?
He got attacked by some Rottweilers.
Damn, well, then they ain't on him. Them Rottweilers. How many? Was it more than one?
It was two. He held his own for a little bit, but he went out bad.
Two Rottweilers. Hard for anybody to come back. God, two Rottweilers. But that's bad right now. What happened to yours, Dwayne?
I got hit by a car right in front of the house.
Yeah, hold on a minute. I ain't gonna let you down. He got hit. What he gonna do? You expect him to get up?
You know his command was to stay on the porch. He was being grown.
That man out here talking to dog dead, being hit by two tractor trailer. He gotta get up. You let me down. The dog been ran over by two tractor trailer. So how that let you down and just kill the dog?
My dad made me bury it. I had to dig it up and bury it and get the blood and bury it.
Hold on a minute. You had to dig it up from getting hit
I
by,
had to dig a hole in the ground right down the side of the road and bury it.
on the side of the road.
Yeah, it was right in front of the house. Yeah.
So y'all have a dog buried in the front yard.
No, across the street from the front.
Damn tail sticking up. Damn thing's tail sticking up when the wind blows. Did you bury the dog completely or some deep? 6 feet?
No, I was 6 feet.
I just make sure you can't dig 6 feet in Florida. How many? What y'all have? One of them Shih Tzus? Oh, yeah, the smush that man. That man I saying push the guts out of the dog to make it fit. Woo! I only hear you find these stories out about these people and their dog. We're going to try to get ready to move forward. We got a lot of work to do. Yeah, it's rough out there. We don't know how the world going to go. We know it's going to end. But I will still work as hard as I can to try to put this liberation of our people together. My young people, y'all on board? Y'all want liberation. Y'all want freedom and equality. Y'all want the right to choose. You know, not your sexuality now. That's already been designated. We're trying to right to choose as far as your right to advancement in life. Y'all want that, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Shane, what you want? 65% of gold diggers or your freedom? That's what I'm saying. I want to make sure all my young people, Ian, what you want? Freedom. That's what I'm saying. We got to get it in. AJ, you want freedom? They just said, no, you want them 65 gold digger. He said he flipped that. He flipped them 2 times. That 130, that 130, isn't that right? I didn't do the mail. Man, he would call up with a mail question. I said, man, I'm not his friend no more. I'm not gonna be his friend no more. Just you want on the phone?
I was, but I've had him no.
Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all this question. I'm gonna see what y'all. I want y'all to write it down. Haywood, I want y'all to write that mail question down. Are y'all listening? I want y'all to write this down. Everybody I want y'all to write this down. Haywood, can y'all give him a mic? Let him tell him what he want to do. I want y'all to hold y'all answer. All right, now he gonna give it to him. While he going out there, go ahead and blow the Kato Sarah. Let him give y'all that mail question right quick. I just want to see where y'all at. I'm not gonna be his friend no more. He don't remember it. All right, 5,700. What's it? 5,757. Hold on, we got it. 57,000. What else? 587. So that's 5,700,000 and what was it?
758.
All right. So that's 5,758,587. Then you're gonna put pounds behind it. Just LBS pounds. That's honey.
Honey wholesale.
That's honey wholesale. So that's honey. Then you're gonna do 16,000. What's that? 800. 800 pounds.
806.
I'm sorry, 806 pounds of wax. Y'all got it? So now y'all got those math. Now you're gonna tell me how many, what was it, how many?
How many pounds of product?
How much pounds of product do you have?
No, how many pounds of product can the wholesaler sell?
Yeah, how many pounds of product can the wholesaler sell? 5,700,000, how much was it? 57? No, the 57. No, 50 at the end. 5,700,000. What? Couldn't have been 50. No, it can't be 58,000, right? It's gonna be 50. Oh, 5,758,000. 587 pounds. Pounds. Hold on, what did you ask me? What are them? All right, let's say the number again. 5,758, 587. And that's pounds. That's how much honey you have. Then you have 16,806 pounds of wax. Now, how much product does the wholesaler have? Let me ask them something. Why you say insufficient information? And what you're saying is the same thing we said. All you're supposed to be doing is just adding the 16,000 with the 5 million. This is a whole waste of time of what they're giving kids. I'm just telling you, this is the sad part. This is what they're giving 5th grade kids to figure out. And what you said, the same thing. I said, first of all, it's not complete. It doesn't, it just show you, this, and the reason why I'm telling you this, the people who designed these questions for these 5th grade for, I'm going to say in a more layman term, are assholes. Because that made absolutely no sense. You're dealing with a product. So I told him, I said, first of all, the way they gave it to you, it should explain that maybe say 1 pound of wax can hold 6 pounds of honey. Then you can start to divide to kind of figure out, figure out what you need. You know what you got left over. But they're just giving it to them in a way to where they'll waste a lot of time because it doesn't tell you that. So basically, you just got to add this whole thing up and come up with a sum, and which really just is a waste of time. And they'll think, well, you're trying to give them word power. You're not helping them figure out something because you gave it to them in a way you're saying, why are we talking about pounds of something and pounds of something unless we're going to convert it over, try to figure it out. But otherwise, they're just wasting a lot of time. And these people who set back design these questions are just people have nothing better to do. Because I don't see the whole, it's not helping them to problem solve anything. You would have done better just gave it to them as an addition question. Unless you could say 1 pound of beeswax can hold 5 pounds of honey. Now you're giving them something they got to work with. Versus 5 million something, compile a bunch of numbers and another, large number on the bottom and just tell me how much product. Hell, I don't know. What is he trying to sell? I mean, I don't know how much honey can go in there, how much beeswax. Uh-huh. Fifth? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. They do. Cam said he don't believe. What you think, Rod? That makes sense. They elementary teachers, middle. That makes sense to you?
I wouldn't get that to no sixth grade.
See that? He wouldn't get it to no say. What you? Now, Cam said what grade you teach? He teach 4. He said he wouldn't give it. He said I was just giving regular addition. Simple addition would have made better sense than to do it. And what I said, let me say this, go back to school. Please don't tell the people, we done discussed this and you don't know what you're doing. No, that's not to do that, but just sometimes for my young people, I just want to add this to them. What we got to get with them, and this what hurt our kids, it's not explanatory enough. You'll spend more time trying to figure out, just like we trying to figure out, how much honey are you putting in the beeswax? That will let me know how much product you have, actually. That makes no sense to do it the way you're doing it. You see what I'm saying? Then I don't know how you selling it. I mean, how many pounds of honey do people buy? Are you selling by the pound? Are you selling at 5 pounds? So that will give me a better number. You say that and you say he sells it in 5 pound bowls. So how much honey does he have to sell? Something like that would give me something. Now I got to start working to figure out, okay, now I got to divide 5, how many times it goes into 5 million in the number, so I get an idea on that. But versus you just giving me 5 million something, 16,000 something, and so how much product do you have? Now, there was cocaine, I could tell you off the rip. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to put it together, because when I step on that thing, as many times I can put that thing together. But you see what I'm saying? I'm just telling y'all, this is what hurts our kids. And since I brought it up, this is why we have the need of, we have to start, we got to build establishment for education of our kids. Because the way they give them stuff, they're gonna waste a lot of time. One problem, you'll spend all day. You're going to waste too much, and what now will begin to happen, because you wasted so much time on that problem, now you got to rush through the other one, and it's going to kill you. Because you realize I'm spending too much, or the kid just going to give up altogether. See, when they give it to quote unquote the white kids, it's going to be a lot more explanatory on what's going to be coming up, so they already know how to deal with it. Got it? So they already had them where they learn how to do some critical thinking. Our kids, a lot of things, it's just not. How many black kids, quote unquote, black kid parents or family members deal in anything selling in pounds? So a lot of things are not practical for us. That they give us, they'll write them up and create them in a white system that they already educated them toward to teach them how to avoid certain things in reading and get to the gist. Our kids don't learn it. They waste a lot of time, and they find out when the pen is on here and it's wrong. Yep. What you should have done. Yep. What you should have, and then they don't even X out and explain. See, that makes a difference. Don't just tell you it's wrong, why it's wrong. What you should have done, so when I ever encounter the situation again, I learn how to think, you know what I'm saying, and kind of configure before I get myself right. I'm telling you, times that already kill you. Everyone, I want you to don't pick up your pencils till I tell you. Don't flip nothing open. When I tell you, the test will begin. Click, time clicking. You're on a good roll, then I hit you with a question you send. And I told you, if you get to a question, if it seems too hard, move on to the next question. And sometimes you don't figure, you don't know it's hard till you start dealing with it. And I'm gonna try to, okay, I need to try to go. Then I gotta get back there. So now my mind's stuck. Even though I go, I'm still stuck where I gotta come up with this answer. So a lot of times they don't teach us how, we gotta, this is how bad we are. We gotta teach our kids. They teach their kids test-taking skills. We don't have them. It's not enough of it. Y'all agree with that? A lot of our kids aren't dumb. It's just they don't have the test-taking skills. The whole pattern, how they set them, they get, don't talk, don't look, don't do this. You can't do it. Like, they give you so many rules, you got to compact in your mind. And like, this is where they get you. I'm going to walk through you. If y'all look on the front of your test, you'll see an example. We'll all go through and do the example first. Don't open your test. You do the example, you feel like, okay. You'll never see that damn question again. You like, that question on front is any of them in here? And no, y'all done had that before. Have y'all noticed the one on the front of that test ain't in the rest of this stuff? The one that you figure out and they went through, you said, I got that. And you be like, can I just stay on the outside of this test? I know I get 100 if I can stay with a bunch of these, you know. So it just shows you, and I say that to say that it's the need to be able to educate our kids in that type of, to those type of tricks that they put in there. Because it gets you out. A lot of kids quit. A lot of kids not done. It's just how you present the matter. Everything is presentation. You can teach a thing, you can teach something to a kid in a way where it excites them and they want and they're eager to learn. Or you just give it to them. I'm not your friends. I'm not here to play with you. When I write it down, get it. When I'm talking, pull your pens out and start writing. Everything I say could come. You're like, damn, I got to write down everything you say, even if we don't use it. You know, that just, it's like, where they crunch so much on kids. Most of these kids are burnt out before they hit the college. I'm just being honest. You still got to let them be a kid. When I was coming, we was a kid. You could still play and go outside and have homework. There's no way in the hell you can play with this work you got. When I got to figure out 5,758,500, we don't even talk like that. Look how long it took y'all to get this. They said, what number? Because we're not used to like dealing with numbers like we dealing in the whole numbers or whatever, and it's like 5 million plus 5,753,530. You're like, what am I gonna do with that? Pounds. Now you done threw me again. There are a lot of things that we're gonna need to meet. We're gonna have to work on to try to get our kids to be able to kind of combat this. Because I'm telling you, the system's not designed to educate, it's designed to really force them out.
Facts.
All right, y'all ain't gotta believe me. You taught math.
Facts.
Y'all got two teachers right here. Listen to that question. What would you think about Rob? You heard that question. Addition came straight to your mind. What came to your mind? The same thing he was thinking.
I'm trying to think like how sixth grade would think and get frustrated.
Frustrated. He said what about what you
There
thought?
wasn't enough information for me to really get it, so I'm thinking it's addition. I can see two numbers, that's all I'm thinking.
That's all I can see. But them, how many fifth grade you think will pick that right up?
Probably none. They probably asked me like, Mr. Drawham, I'm like, I have like 100 hands up.
Yeah, want to know about the pound. What are we doing with the pound? Most of them not even going to think about that pound and converting things over. Am I converting how many pounds can go into 1 pound of wax? You know what I'm saying? That's probably, my mind was thinking just like what you were saying, the average kid not. So what you're going to do, you're going to flunk a lot of kids out. I say that to show you how much what we do, we take these tests and we get them, give it to the teacher. I don't say how long you come up with it. I'll be looking at that, you as a teacher, and if you as an educator, you get it. How many kids gonna pick this up at that grade level? Then, how well have they been educated on this system before they got to you? How many kids know this? Would pick that up and just know automatically, I need to do addition. How many of y'all knew out the rip you need to do addition?
That's all I was thinking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No more folk raising their hand. Off the rip, when you heard the question, you knew to start doing addition. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all know a fifth grader would know that?
No.
You'd have thought a fifth grader would know that off the rip.
I would have had to see the only structure.
Y'all kept changing the numbers, but
We never changed the number. It was the same thing. Well, I was trying to remember the number because it was so odd in how it was, we're giving the number. I don't think the average kid would know it. I think a lot of y'all putting together saying you know it now because it was kind of explained. I don't believe all y'all. For the record, all y'all put your hand up. I don't believe all y'all. Just know I don't for the record. I would not burn in Sheol and tell y'all I believe every one of y'all raise your hand. Hell, y'all can't follow here. I said Romans 15 for y'all so well. Y'all in Ephesians. I know good well they want to catch it. But I said for the average kid, it's just the time wasting. And let me tell you, they're doing it. It's our kids that's losing. So when they fail your kid, it look like, I'm doing all I can do to help them. I'm getting them straight. They're really not. They're really getting them start to frustrate and make them quit. I'm just being honest. It's not. Man, let me tell you something. I came along, we were kindergarten stuff. Man, with finger pain. You can't feel finger pain. Put the damn thing on your hand. Put your hand on the paper. Then let it dry and take it home to your mom and tell them this for you. Write mom on it. How you feel that? You know what I'm saying? You gave them stuff where it was fun, and you let kids do it, and then they gradually move to, okay, third grade, it's time to get, start moving you on. Then you start moving them forward. But you still got to have PE time, because one time they took PE away from these kids. Man, we had PE every day. You weren't getting that done. We'd have been burnt elementary school. I had no PE. Man, you only lost PE if somebody effed up in class. All right, everybody shut up, no PE. Oh! And no, you finna get, man, we gonna get you. Everybody lost it. You know what I'm saying? But you had that time where they looked at, kids need to get out. You dealing with kids. Now they make a kid, you got first, second, listen, in your desk the whole day. This it. It's important. Teachers don't stay all day. They gonna go to the bathroom. They gonna go to conference area. And you tell a kid to sit in the desk all day. You gonna wind up fussing them. You gonna wind up getting them. They gonna do study, go drop something. You're a kid. Your attention span does not say sit in a desk all day. Because I don't know, elementary, do they change classes now, 4th grade?
We do. We change classes.
I think we might have changed one time, 5th grade, maybe. They might sit you to another teacher who might have did a subject, but you can't write. It was never like when we went to high school, you changed class. From homeroom, you went to your homeroom, from homeroom, you go first period, boom, boom, like that. But after that, we never did. Elementary, you pretty much stayed the same class. You might change one time with another class, or some teacher might have been more astute on the subject. Then you came back, that was it. You pretty much was in class all day, other than lunch and PE. So, we just got to recover our people. That's another thing on our agenda too, recovering our kids, getting rid of them damn math questions. How many times you going to be adding 5 million or something? These kids will never see that money, sticks, candy, nothing. Ain't that right? I don't even know. It's not practical. How many people doing it? I don't know. All right. This is Beth HaMashiach, Romans 15:4. If you can follow along, all of y'all out there, follow along. Let's get it. Let's get this thing right. Because y'all can see it's an assassination, or it's an attempt to assassinate the so-called Negro, our young people. Our young people, y'all don't stand a chance out here. They don't. Y'all just don't sit. They don't stand a chance out here. It's not practical. If we don't create one for them, they're not going to have one. The best we can do is stick them up to somebody college and hope and pray to God they get a job. The white race would never do it. The white race will never, they don't go to sleep. I don't believe white races sit around as a whole, not everybody, on a majority, sit around and pray and hope for their kid to get a job. That's not practical for them. The way already pretty much paved and set for them. They know somebody live next door to somebody. The kid played on a team with somebody. I'm telling you, they strategize. This is just us. We'll put our kid on a team. We won't do the basis of what they'll do. They'll put their kids with a team with people. Somebody's father is a judge. Somebody's mother is somebody. Somebody's uncle is somebody. The coach is somebody. You got what I'm saying? These people are somebody, so their kids get to know them, friend. Spend night, let them come over here. You and I connect. So when there's an issue, Billy Joe Suanna Hickley, that's just a first name. She's got a middle and a last. Got into a little trouble. What kind of trouble? Nothing, just got to do that. I make a call. That's how they keep stuff private, and a lot of white kids will have just as many criminal records as so-called black kids. If it was not for the fact they may connect. We'll stick our kid on a damn team because we're looking at being good. Ain't nobody on that team shit. The parents ain't shit. And as far as it go, they strategically put their kids somewhere that gives them an advantage. Even with schools, they pick places for advantage. You pick because you like a damn color. And that hurts you every time. Purple and gold, my favorite color. About a purple girl doing shit just like you. They'll pick a team, they'll pick an association, they'll pick a fraternity, they'll pick something that's going to get them lifelong ends to things. You got it? You'll just pick something off a ram, you like it, and you always want to be it, and they won't advance your kids. We got to just start making better decisions. Hello? Is this too far? Y'all here with this? Listen, The only way to really get through here and do stuff, always miss you. Let me not be stupid. And yeah, we know that, right? I said it because somebody going to say, preachers didn't even, don't be stupid, okay? But at the same time, he goes enough saying, why did he tell you to make you friends with mammon and unrighteous? What's the purpose of that? So when you fall, they can receive you. How many of y'all have made that your bid? Or trying to make sure you execute and make sure you secure certain relationships? Don't worry about it, because the Lord is your shepherd. Put German in front of it. So you find the Lord, you do better with a German shepherd. You all right? But when you start looking at how you have to move, and I'm just being honest with y'all, you got to be practical out here. From your spirituality, I'm practical. The things I look at have to make sense. I'm not just trying to create my own way. The same way when you try to do things, it's got to be practical. And that's why a lot of times we fall into a lot of hurt. A lot of stuff we do is just not practical. You got to establish yourself relationship. You got to establish things for yourself. That's why I'm for the establishment of our people. That's the only way we're going to make it. You listen, you can get 2,000 black people, quote unquote black, put them together. You know what you got? Who know? Hands, 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 hands. Who you know? Hands, hands. Good. You ain't got shit. I can get 100 white people. I can create corporations. They're going to know people. They're going to be willing to put themselves out and to do things. Y'all see that? Look at Trump. Trump lost majorly. He ain't lost a slight margin. He lost major. Still got pulling power. Still got people with allegiance. That's what kind of power white people got. Even when they're wrong. You right. And you have nothing. That doesn't even scare you guys. Because y'all are so busy laughing. Y'all are so busy having fun. Y'all are so busy going. It doesn't bother you. It's bigger than you can think it don't bother you. When people that look like you don't have recognition and don't get respect and don't have liberties, why you don't think that's you? You think that's the only, or Mark Arbery, you think he was the only nigga that can get grabbed, run down the street jogging for looking at a house with an incomplete house, no windows, no doors, no insulation. There is nothing. There were no tools to steal. At best, he could have stole one piece of a 2x4 that could cost max $20. It cost him his life. Short pants, a t-shirt on, and he could have possibly had an 8-foot 2x4 under his shirt, running down the street. Shot down, killed like a mangy dog. This is you, nigga. Every day. Every day this is you. Every day. So it's to your benefit to be with me, to make allegiance with me and other people that's trying to move and advance us into your respect and your right to live. It could be your kid. Can you imagine sitting in the courtroom with the 2 and 3 men that ran your son down and killed him, and you looking at the video? These guys are not behind prison bars. These are not guys from a video. They ass sitting a couple of chairs up from you. And you seeing your sons last day, last living, last breathing on the ground, and these bastards get up to justify themselves. I was scared for my life. All I kept thinking about was, I might not see my kids again. And so I shot him. You bullshitting me. You ran him down.
Right.
He wasn't coming in your house.
Right.
He was jogging.
That's right.
You got in your car and pursued him and chased him down and said he wouldn't stop. You ain't the damn police.
That's right.
What the hell I'm stopping for? Because some rednecks in a damn truck cut me off with a gun. I'm thinking about my life. I don't even know why you here. But white people logic is every white person at the police, and y'all niggas know what you're supposed to do. I said stop today. He lost his life because white people, we're talking about not everyone in general, they're the police. Every white person is legally the police. That's scary. That's scary. That they feel that they have a right, that this could be any one of y'all from anywhere. Just take it upon themselves to stop you. Like they had the other white guy who would harass people at the convenience store, had a gun. Remember, he was harassing them. They told the guy, he came outside, he pushed the guy, he was harassing his girlfriend, the white guy shot him and killed him. And let me say this. He's going to jail. Y'all know why he's going to jail? They say he do this shit all the time. All the time. That pisses me off with all the people who've been letting me do it. Why this shit won't start the first? Let me tell you, they gonna let me, the nigga, sit out in front of the store, and I'm just gonna start harassing people with a gun every time.
No, sir.
Till finally I wind up shooting somebody, and that ain't gonna talk about it.
Won't happen.
This is the kind of stuff that pisses me off. Why I know I'm right. I know we have to be liberated before the next person on deck is your ass, your kids, and mine. Can y'all imagine that? Your son shot down and killed, and he's being called the aggressor, the attacker, the criminal. White people have always done this where they criminalize you, to demonize you to justify themselves. Because they know it ain't right to just say, I done it. I got to make you a criminal. I got to make you a crook. I got to pull up your past. I have to find something on. Have you ever been with someone that smoked marijuana before? I rest my case. I'm telling you, that's how they justify themselves. How you gonna get out of it? Have any of y'all ever used marijuana before? See your hand? Okay, guilty. How many of y'all never used marijuana before? How many of y'all had never used it before, been around somebody that used it? That's what I thought. That's all I need. That's it. Y'all guilty by association. So far as I'm concerned, you did it. If I could blame a person for riding in the car with somebody who jumps out, somebody else jump out the car and do something, you had no idea, but yet you was in the car, you guilty. You tell me somebody else smoked marijuana, you was with them, you not guilty? See, you ain't gonna ever win. You can never win. Why? So why you keep playing the game? That's all. If you can't win, why you keep playing? Why you keep playing if you can't win? So this one I don't get with the so-called Negro home big boy. How many of y'all you can win this American game? I'm gonna be honest. Who can win it? Who can win it? Okay, since you can't win it, why you keep playing it?
Right.
Let me see. You're gonna lose everything. They're gonna take everything from you. So why you keep playing it? Well, let's make a game. Let's establish a game that give you a fair chance to win. That's all I'm saying. What's wrong with that? How about we just do a game that give you a chance to win? Why nobody ain't taught us like this? Is not hard as y'all thinking. You just got to be willing. You got to be willing to put the effort for it and stop kissing these folks' ass. Right. Quit being scared of these people. All the power they got is what you give them. They really don't have what they telling you. You give in to inconsistencies in your mind because they beat you down mentally first. They really don't have what you think they have. They just beat you out with it. Look at him. Russia is winning. Russia is winning. They can tell what they want. Russia defeated. Russia done froze their ass out. And they sit around, and the countries in NATO, folks are breaking off. The European people are breaking down. They quit. This shit is expensive. He is winning. He's getting money. He gets money. They're going to tell you what they want to tell you. The man is winning. Okay? You can't beat that cold. Get all the bullets. What bullets warm you up? One of them hot ones in your ass. Only way they're going to get hotter up, they're going to tell you, man, put it right here so I can get hot. Other than that, they freezing. 20 below zero. Who worry about a bullet? Below zero. What you think about? Shoe? Heat. Man, it's cold like that. You don't even want to pick. You'll lose a kidney. You don't want to put no pickle out there in that wind. You may run and lose it. Man, that frog bite hitting that man and lock up, had to take them digits off. That's bad. I'm just telling you. I'm trying to help y'all out now. Don't let anybody fool y'all. They losing. I don't know how these folks come up with all these rules. How you can kid? I told you before, I don't know how soldiers ain't. I don't feel like they ain't this soldier. You can shoot, kill, maim, blow up a soldier, choke the hell out of them, but you can't do it to a civilian. Why you can do it to them? I don't get it. Whatever you can't do to civilian, you shouldn't be able to do to them. You shouldn't be fighting.
Right.
And then I don't know how you come up fighting with all these rules. They don't get it. We fighting. This war. How you tell me what I can't blow up, what I can't? It's war. That's what happened. That's why you don't need to do it. White people, they always want to keep how they want, then drop the rules for it. No, don't make sense. These bastards kill who they want when they want. They break every protocol, every rule, and they make everybody else obey by rule. All of them riding. Putin too. I ain't justifying his ass. All of them riding. Y'all can love them y'all want to. Your ass on deck next. Take care of yourself. Y'all hear me? All right, let me talk to y'all and try to get through. I know folks don't like it. I just want to be fair. All right, come on, listen. Romans 15:4. Woo! All right, come on.
For whatever Nikatah before.
Whatever was written before.
Was Nikatah to lamed us.
It was written to teach us, to show us, and to instruct us.
So that through endurance.
So they're going through without giving way.
And through the nakum of the Ketuvim, we might have tikva.
And through the writings of the Ketuvim, we might have tikva. Let me say, see if that 1 Corinthians chapter 15 comes to my mind. Let me see 11. Well, matter of fact, let me see what 1 says. For whatever reason, let's see. Gotta get it right. I guess people don't like this side over here. Right side hot.
Yes, sir.
This the cool side. I just want to see what they were gonna do. They're talking, yeah, and they sitting right over there in the way. They're like, yeah, go ahead and fool us. We ain't going for it. All right, let's see what this go. Listen.
But I make known to you, my king, the two news which I preach to you, which also you receive, in which also you stand.
That's tight. He said the news that he gave to you, it's the same thing that you're standing by, or standing in, or standing because of. What happened?
Through which also you are Yasha, if you hold fast the bar which I preach to you, unless you are mine in vain.
So now, this is what you got to ask yourself. Now, from what you guys have heard and what you guys have been taught, I want you to raise your hand. You should be saved. You should be delivered. Okay? So, can we see what saved is from a definition from, I guess from there, wicked, not wicked, what the other one? Cambridge, or whoever they got, Webster, or whoever we're using. Saved, ED. Saved root, okay, saved, that's fine. No, I was just saying, I wasn't saying it because you had it, I was just saying saved, ED, saved. Prevent someone from dying. And they got the Christian use, preserve a person's soul from damnation, keep the store up, something, especially money, for future use. Keep and store up something, especially money, for future use. Preserve something by not expending or using it. Use to tell someone to stop talking. That's something different, informal. Okay, we won't have to go that far down. So the one we'll look at, keep someone in health, use an exclamation and formulated expression. Never use that in a sentence. I'm not worried about that. The Christian use, kind of what we use, prevent someone from dying. Well, we want to kind of look at that too, I guess. The quote-unquote Christian use. What was you doing? What were we looking at? Something else? I mean, prevent someone, keep someone in hell. In Christian, you preserve from damnation. Keep us from dying. We'll look at keep from dying. I just don't like the Christian ethics of it. But, you know, what it's basically saying is what we're looking at. So now what we're looking at, the purpose of the word is to keep you from doing something. So we're looking at saved, ED, which has happened. You know what I'm saying? You want to be saved. We say you want to be saved. Now you want to be saved. But when you're saved, you're being kept or set aside for something. And that's what he's saying the word is for. So the word is a preserver and a keeper. Like they say, he's a keeper. You heard people say it in Christian terminology. Well, in actuality, it's the word. So the word is so in a way to where Shaul went over with them to let them understand the significance of it. And if they weren't in a certain spot, they should have considered. He let them know the things that he had told to them, the good news that he had brought to them, by which also that you're standing by. This is what you're standing on. This is what your hope is in, your call. He said, by which also you're saved. But all this has a stipulation, and it was, keep him as a call, Marcus to remember. So there are things that we have to keep in our remembrance of actions when things come up. And typically when these remembrance are going to be used when behaviors come up. Kazab, lying, Zanu, whoredom, for the acknowledgement of the keeping of his yom, his yameen, his days, because typically when it's time for us to do it, there's always something come up, always something happening, always something where you say, well, let me see how much I can do without violating, and it gets to a point where everything can get too edgy, and it's always we're trying to keep in memory what he preached. He said, unless you don't believe in vain. The only reason, if you guys are not, and I only want you to raise your hand because I know already where you're at, most of you anyway. So the only reason that you're not saved or kept or being preserved from the second moot is because you believed in vain. When you guys are listening, you're not listening with a real intent of making sure you measure out to. That's what we want to do. When you're listening, you want to be able to measure out to. Whenever we read the different particulars about issue or about a person that's did a particular action, it's so you can measure yourself out. If you're not there, this is where you need to be. This becomes the measure of where you need to be, shall I say, according to the rule. So there's a measure for every one of us. Everybody has to meet. We even look at when it came down to Yahoo, who they called Elijah, when he told Yahuwah that he was the only one left. How they had Mut murdered all of his Nabaim, tore down all his altars. He said, I alone am the only one left. And he told him that I have 7,000 reserved to me that had not bowed their knees to the image of Baal. What you've done is a standard. You're not the only one. So letting us know that every one of us should meet the measure. For all y'all, he looked at it, I'm the only one. Nobody else is doing this. He said, but I got 7,000 reserved me and had not bowed their knees. Yes, never did it. That's right. But to him, it'll seem as though I'm watching these guys here. I'm the only one standing defending. He said, but I got 7,000 that hadn't done it. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, so whatever measure he used that he didn't fall into the other 400 some odd a ball that did bow and all Yahoo didn't, you ain't the only one. The measurement had been set for all of us, okay? And a lot of times what we do, we don't really consider how important it is. I think you guys hear, and you hear certain things you like, if it's something, what we say, new, you ain't heard, or it's a different concept of what you're hearing, but you don't realize, if you're not saved, then you don't believe in vain. What he told him, what I'm telling, that's what he said. He said, but also with you stand, unless you don't believe in vain. Because he'll go back and he's going to tell him what I gave to you first. And everything he said I gave you, you ain't going to believe it. It was according to the writings. This is the same thing Yahushua said, that he that among on me, just like the writing said. What's going to happen? His belly shall flow what? So it ain't flowed out of your belly because of what? He's a liar. That's exactly right. He said, because you're hearing, but you don't among it, just like he said it. I just want to get the clear chase in of where we at, okay? You ain't saved because you don't believe, you're believing in vain. It's room salvation. It's a good feeling for now. It's okay for the moment. But in real life, it's other things that exist that are more important, more pressing. And he's showing you everything around you it's unraveling. It's nothing around you not unraveling. I told y'all about the permafrost in Serbia. And why that's important? It's because they believe to have a 45,000-year-old virus called the zombie virus, and it has been released into the air. They said this will cause more damage to the climate than anything else they have. They're calling it a zombie virus. I don't believe these bastards. I believe these bastards are releasing stuff. Makes absolutely no sense because, first of all, the earth has not existed for 45,000 years. If it was frozen, you knew it. Why did you leave it there?
That's right.
White people don't leave nothing alone. They don't leave the ant alone. They don't leave none of their ass mess with the wind. They mess with shit.
That's right.
When you say leave my shit alone, that's for white people. White people don't, it's nothing they don't leave alone. That's why they ass on the moon. They don't leave nothing alone. Not just that, they don't leave nothing alone. That's just they tamper them. And you know, the writer said in the caption, this is what you get for messing with nature. They've gone, he told you they do things that's against nature. And let's just be practical. It's because of us. We've done things against nature. Yahuwah has a way that he determines to do. And the reason we learn that is because of nature itself. Then we learn that there's a nature by him. There's a nature to Elohim. And we've gone against it. I mean, the plan of salvation is not as complicated and complex as people made it. People just try to find another way around. Is it really that? Do we really have to? Is it really saying that? Is it literal? Is it, you know what I'm saying? People always trying to get around something versus just being what they knew. This is practical for us to do. He told it to us because it's inside of our ability to do it. What happened because the flesh is its own separate being, you know what I'm saying? It has its own separate wants, desire. The stuff you want, your soul don't want it. It's your flesh that actually desire to want it. You got it? But it's because it's more pressing. You can see it. It's there. And it just, I mean, it's just easier to go with what you can see and what you can actually hold. Most people don't like to deal with the inner self. People start talking, make change on the inside. Get new clothes. Get a different hairstyle. When people going through, you know what you need, girl? A different hairstyle. Hurt like hell on the inside and a hairstyle gonna fix it. She gonna laugh, it's cute, but the hurt's still there. Same thing with him. People, hey, you gotta work out. Well, if it's something spiritual on the inside, we gotta learn how to fix what's on the inside. We gotta learn how to fix what's on the outside, okay? And that's why Alka-Seltzer don't fix what's on the inside. It'll help the stomach, that's still natural. Dealing with the flesh, there are things on the inside we gotta learn how to, it needs to be careful, just like your flesh do. You wash and nourish and take care of your flesh, and you got to look at the same thing for your soul. Y'all got that? The fact that you've been hearing things you're not saved is questionable for everybody. And that's only because we read, he said, unless you don't believe in vain. He didn't say unless Elohim ain't intend to save you. Did he say that? Let's see, what did he say? This is 15:2.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
Through which also you are saved.
He said, that's how you say it. He said, through. Listen, that's your entrance way. Through makes sense because Yahushua said he was the door.
That's right.
That wouldn't make sense you see saying about through also which you say, because the door, you enter through a door.
Yes, sir.
Huh? And Yahuwah told you, I'm the door. And the word was with me, and the word was him, the divine. So it makes sense that the word about him is your entrance way to salvation. Even comes and so an entrance was ministered unto you.
That's right.
Hello? That's what he did. He put an entrance way. If you were blocked, you couldn't get in, then you needed a way in, right? That's it. He your way in and your way out. Y'all got it? Why was it that he asked, Musa asked him to set a show you? To do what? That was in the flesh. They need to see that physically. Why he asked for a spirit, a ruach? You transferring over, because a spirit walking out don't teach me nothing. A man walking out teach me. A man coming back in teach me. This is something I can comprehend. I don't comprehend no spirit going out. Isn't that right? Spirit don't have nothing that rule over it like that. So I don't understand it. But a man watching a man walk out and watch a man come back in, that's something I can see, I can figure, I can put that in my mental where I can compute that, you know what I'm saying, and kind of register it, and I got something I can mark. Y'all got it? And that's why it made sense. He said, set a man so he can go out before him. He can go in before him. And then one that can lead him out and one that can bring him back in. That's why it was important when Yahushua got up that everybody got up with him.
That's right.
We watched him go out and we watched him come back in.
That's right.
And we watched him bring people back in to show not only could he bring himself back, he brought back other people with him.
That's right.
They told him that. What you think the purpose was in the 27th chapter book of Matthew? After his moot.
That's right.
After his coon, letting you know he brought people back with him.
That's right.
They needed proof. It's got to be evident. See, listen, everything right now that I teach you guys that you believe are pretty much are things that's more or less written. You understand it because I break it down for you in a way, you know, where it's not as complex for the physical man to understand. But a lot of this you got to see. A lot of this you got to see, and he knew that. That's why he told Philip, when Philip told him, when he called him a Don, which was calling him master, ruler over things, and he let him know why he a man. He said, you a man because you seen it. He said, Baraka them that had not seen, he was talking about me. He was talking about us. That's why we had to be so descriptive in the writings. What are they going to do? Keep down and get back up so every tool of dark can see it? He got to have somebody take him at his word, but he got to be practical. I got to have witnesses at least. Even courts work out there. I need witnesses. The judge got to go see that. If you got tape or film or voice recording, we'll like to hear it. But if not, if a person will give us their word that they not lying and this the truth, we'll take your word just like you were there. And this can condemn a man. Now, why it can't come, that's what condemn me. I'm taking the words of people that were there, and that condemned me to make me make a change. And that's what you hadn't let happen. You in your mind, you say you hadn't seen, so you don't know. It's a lot of things you hadn't seen, you believe it. There's a lot of stuff you see, you believe it. Y'all got it. It's just being practical. When it come down to how Yahuwah works and how Ruach works spiritually, that's something we more or less question, we argue. Every one of these nationalities, every one of these GUI nations, they all believe something in contrast to, I said, even with reincarnation. A lot of them believe. Look at even with Islam, the Muslim, what happened when you die? You stay there and you rot. You stay in the temple. What happened? Why everybody have this go somewhere better? Why isn't everyone on hell go somewhere better? Not do the same. It's go somewhere better. Come back in without care, because people understand certain things that happen. It's just putting it in perspective. You got it? And really sitting back and why, like I said, a lot of these people you look at, I just want to know, give me a time stamp on when you got this. And then you give it to them just questioning, what were people doing before that? That's one of my that's my reasoning for why I stay with what I believe, because this wasn't something that just came up later on down the road. There was something started in the beginning. It was always about living and about dying if a person went against. It was all about consistency of doing what he said. Or more commandments ain't new. I wish it was like it was in the beginning when there wasn't no laws. I don't know where did you get it from? There were always laws. I don't know why people thought that. Let me get this straight. Yahuwah rested on Shabbat, and he told Adam, you go ahead and play. Do your thing. I'm going to make you in my image and my likeness and let you have. I'm not doing on Shabbat. You go ahead and take care of your business. Don't make sense. Don't make sense. Y'all got it. It makes sense that he fought that same pattern. Even though your writings don't tell you that, it doesn't make sense that he was rested. He just rested one time on Shabbat. This became throughout. The Shabbat is to be kept. That's right. It's to be kept because these are mine. And you like me. Why wouldn't you keep what I keep? Hello? So, I mean, when you start to kind of look at it, people, because, they didn't say, they just make it like laws just popped up before that man could do anything. I don't know where people got that from. Why was it when, let me ask somebody, let's go with that. Laws popped up after they came out of Mizraim. So when Abraham's wife was taken, it shouldn't have been no condemnation. Yahuwah, which let us know that there was communication with him outside of just Abraham. That he recognized, and the man told, and how you gonna tell that he used to be, we're a GUI nation unless we broken no laws. Yeah. The man said that was her brother. That's why I took her. He said in integrity, because had she told me she was married, I wouldn't have took her. I know it's wrong. There's something he made up in his own. And Yahuwah said, you know what? You teaching me, brother. That's some powerful stuff you're saying. But think about it. It would only make sense that he knew. It just makes sense that when Noah put the animals on the ship, he didn't know what was clean and unclean to them. That this became later on your dietary law to it. And that after he did, nobody kept up with this. They ain't learned clean and unclean till later. Man is known. Patterns have been set for man. And when man go back, man can see this has always been a way that's been right. It's just a matter of what people will accept. See, when people start looking for reasoning and rationale to try to get out or get away around from something, that's the only problem he got. All I want to do is I want to learn how to get in. I ain't trying to get out of nothing. out of bondage, out of stupidity, but I ain't trying to get out of living right. And that's the same mind I want us to have, because this should scare you, that he's saying that what I told you, he said, he said this, let's see one, read one, come on back down, we'll just try to keep going this time, you who will see fit. My time start ticking. Y'all go ahead and get your money. Don't take that long, because depending on what I say, you might want to change what you're going to give. Oh, I'm finna make you real happy too. Listen, 15:1.
But I make known to you, my king, the two news which I preached to you, which also you received, in which also you stand.
Well, it makes sense to be too new, because you don't know how refreshing that is. People that he was going to come to, he was coming to refresh them people. We're looking at the refreshing. You know how refreshing it is to get some real good news? Because you're tired of, being torn down, destroyed. You're tired of hearing things ain't working out. He said the tube knew this was good. Think about it. If you really look at it, like they right at the door, you think about good news. That sounds like, okay, what? Good news. I mean, you talking about the news they were hearing was about their prosperity, about their health. This was about them being restored. Ain't no news. I mean, now you hear good news, that don't sound like, it sounds so generic. But for them, versus, think about this. Yirmiyahu was told that Yahuwah was going to return them back in 3 full years. They were told 7. Listen, you got, what is that? 67 years off. In 3 full years, I'm returning you back. Y'all going back 3 full years. He said, amen. Because he told you, but what was that? Never. So let me ask you a question. They never told them. So when this was good news, how you think they felt? What did you have to do whenever it was tube news, Austin? So when we were told about the tube news of Yahushua going to save us and deliver us, what we wanted to do? Why? Whenever it was tube, he said we had to wait on it. You see why? And guess what Daud told to do? And do what? Why? There's some good news. Guess what we do? It ain't happening by name, ain't happening. I give up. You see what I'm saying? So you start to see the basis for how things went. So people knew, and it was too new, we knew we were going to have to wait on this. Whenever it was something came down our destruction, when they say, listen, that seemed like it came on so fast. It's like, man, I mean, you just looked around and wow. Next thing you know, everything just unraveled on us. So for them, they look at, we already know there was a process, we won't have to wait on it. So because it was tube news, and it's tube news now, this is what he told us.
But I made known to you, my king, the tube news which I preached to you, which also you received, in which also you stand.
See that? And you took it. You took it. Listen. And that's how you, and that's what you building on. That's what you're starting to build on, that tube news. Huh? Listen.
Through which also you are saved, if you hold fast of the bar which I preached to you, unless you are mine in vain.
See that? Now he said that unless you really don't believe it. And that's what you want to examine yourself to see how far, how realistic is it that you really believe this? How practical is this for you? That you believe that a person came and did what he said he did. To you, it's not really believable, is it? It's really not that believable that somebody would lay their life down for you like that and not knowing you. That doesn't sound practical. That somebody would risk and put their life out for you and be willing to die for you. Never seen you before and do that. That's crazy. How many of y'all being practical? That's crazy. It is. I'm just curious. How did y'all get here today in the world? Say what now? Born of who? That seen your face. But had in the heart before you forever seeing you and risk their life for you. That's all I want to know. So I'm making sure if it's practical or not. Let's just be practical. Now, unless your mama seen your face and knew you, but was willing to put it all on the line for you, to suffer it, even the shame. The size of the belly getting big, the body being discombobulated, the nose spread, everything go with it. And walk around in front of people, and they say, whoo, that baby tearing you up. And they ain't a butch either. Because you got to remember the shame he carried too. The ridicule in front of others. Hadn't even seen your face. He just knew he loved you. And he knew he'd do whatever it took to get you him. And he worked through it. Now, you think mama didn't want to stop it? Mama didn't, because he did too. But at the end of the day, he realized that's what he was called to do. See, the things that I believe about him, I know about him, I got to be able to understand that way, because there are other things that work, even Tony Smith, and he'll try to come against this and make it look as though it's not practical. But on an everyday scale, on a sense, you can see things that happen all the time around. You can see where it's very much practical. That somebody could lay their life. When a woman having a baby, she could very well die. It happens all the time. Happens all the time. You pretty much just giving out your life for the sake to bring one in. And he did all that so he could bring us into life. You know, she did that to bring us into life. So the life you living ain't the life he really got for you. That's why he went up there and he did what he did, because I want to bring you into life. See, right now, you don't know, you in the shadow of death now. That's it. So everything he put up on there to show you that I carried you. Even Yahuwah tried to, he said, I carried you. Only person we understand is somebody either in the arms or somebody in the belly. He said, I carried you. Hello? And these are the things now we try to set back, and we're trying to comprehend in our minds, so when other things come up against us like self-failure, when self-determination ain't the push, or things don't work in our relationship, or things with our health or financial reasons come up, it'll wrestle down everything you believe. Now you get one crisis come in, man, listen, everything you got, not right now. I'm trying to deal with this. And he's trying to get us away from that. And all of these are tests, and they'll come in, they'll throw, hey, well, what is hell? It's hard to try to maintain what he's telling you when things happen, because this is imminent. If you get a bill saying you owe this, you don't know how in the world you can get this done, you got to crack, you like, I don't know what the world I'm going to do about this. You know what that make you do, what you believe religiously? It'll rattle your mind so much, it's hard to really pull out the way you need to, because that just keep pressing against this. And this need to be to the side right now. If I can get out of this, then I can get back here. And make no mistake, you get through it, and more things gonna come at you, because they know how to get you off, and eventually the right thing gonna come, and you ain't gonna be able to make it back here. You're gonna stay here, and this is gonna be your fall. Y'all understand that? You have to do a lot of searching through. You have to do a lot of talking and considering, and being practical about things around you, where you at, and what you're willing to, I guess what you're willing to accept. How much can you accept? You don't know until it actually happens, but you need to be practical with yourself. You know, your world is good now because things are there, but eventually he come touch it, he can rearrange it, restructure everything around you. Then what you do? So you have to be so kind of in tune to him to where whatever he move, don't alter, jitter your relationship with him. Y'all follow me? If it's a mother, a father, a wife, a husband, sister, child, grandchild, whatever it is, it don't flake me from what it is I'm setting my mind to do. At the end of the day, this is what I came for. He said, otherwise now, unless I'm believed in vain. So if you believed in vain, that'll come up and that'll show. Your inconsistency, it'll show. Because you only believe for the moment or for the situation. You got to believe for longer than that. Hello? Everything's on the table. I told y'all that before. I'm kind of stuck right here. Because you ain't saved, that means you have believed in vain. You have believed in vain, and you have the answer why. I don't. You have the answer why. You have the answer why you believed in vain. Because you have that answer. Because he just told them, let's you don't believe in it. Let's see what he told them. How about that? Come on. Verse 3.
For first of all things I deliver to you that which I have received, that the Mashiach moved to atone for our Kataim, according to the Kitabim.
To make amends for. To make amends for, he said for to atone for. I think in the King James version, it just said he died for our sins according to the scripture. Here he put it as atone, which is to make amends for. So, I mean, I guess one thing is to realize, what was your relationship pre this, before this? What was your relationship with Yahuwah before you came? Was you in a good place? Was everything okay? What was your concern? Fixing it? How to fix it? How was you going to fix it? What was it going to take for it to do it? So then the writings came to try to give you that consolation, the Nakum. It's through the writings, which we learned. This is Nakum through the writer to try to come back and repair a broken relationship. That's what we tried to do. We tried to mend a relationship, make amends for. And this is what we came to do. We didn't know. We had no idea how it was going to work. We just knew we needed to be saved, and whatever it takes, was willing to do it. If you was in, depending on what state you was in. Some people, I check it out. That wasn't me. I was in a state of I need to get this thing fixed. I knew I was in his crosshairs and death was imminent. So that's why I came, and I needed to know what I need to do, and I was willing to do whatever it takes to keep from dying. Then some other level, comfort level come in, and you get with people, and it's not as urgent and pressing, and you don't want to go too fast, and because people crash from going too fast or doing too much. People gonna come with you. People persuade you that way because people don't want you to pass them. You just know what you got to do. You got to know where you at. I can't use what Kennedy had to help me as far as, well, if Kennedy right there and I'm right there with Kennedy, then I should be good. My calling wasn't the same calling Kennedy got. Y'all got it? Even two people came together. What convicts you to get you to do it ain't the same thing for somebody. It's because we all were different. We was in different. We were wrong, but we was just in different places. And where people mess up, they say, well, maybe if I'd have been a drug dealer, or maybe if I'd have killed somebody, or maybe I'd have been more serious. It's people that didn't do drugs, but the conviction would have still let them know they're wrong. And see what happened for us. We get here and we'll look at, well, I'm not bad as a lot of other people. And this is for us. A child molester is probably one of the top picking order for the worst bastards on the planet for me, okay? But he look at a liar the same thing. He said, that thing bothered you. I said, yes, sir, it bothered me. He said, man, I feel the same way about a liar. I'm like, a liar? I mean, a lie, people, he said, same thing. He said, I'm glad you got something you hate. He said, because I hate all of them. See, that's us. You didn't think like that, did you? That's why he's trying to tell us, you need to be, when you're looking at this, he said, you need to see it for what I see. Daoud said he hated every false way. He said every false, he said, I hate it. Every one of them. And in a false way, he said, I hate every false way. So you start to you need that understanding to see how he see things, how he judge things, so you can make sure you mosh pop in the same way. That's how you know whether or not your thinking is in line with his thinking. Why you think he told you your thoughts, not my thoughts? Because you never see nobody told you a lie to say, when you caught somebody having sex with a child, right here. Somebody stood right in your face, told you a lie. That'd be practical. Who the worst? Thank you for being honest. That's just automatic. Now, I don't like that line in my face. That child molester need that. Yahuwah said, make sure that liar die the same way. Because all I see is both of them the same. He said, I don't have no, like they said, big eye. People say that, I ain't got no big eye, little you. All those are lies. We do. We have big eyes and little U's. I don't know why people tell them that. It's called capital and lowercase. Okay? So I don't know how people, that makes sense. We don't have no big eyes and little U's. What are capitals and what are lowercase? Okay? We have them. Let's be practical and stop telling lies, okay? Just like they talking about, I know what they talking about. I'm telling you, we have lowercase and smaller case. We have lowercase people and high case people, okay? First way to get it right is to stop lying. Okay? We have to start measuring this the same way he measures it. We have to make sure we're the same in judgment. Mashpah, he said, and when we do, just know people are gonna wind up gravitating away from us. People don't want to get real serious about it. People get serious like they're gonna get serious about the stitching of the clothes. They're gonna get real serious about some other stuff they're gonna do, about the candy cane. But he want this thing to be in your law. Think about how serious the circumcision was to us. Our people were circumcised. Abraham was circumcised. That's what he gave us, a token. That's protocol to be circumcised. That's what we knew, circumcision. Our claim to fame was circumcision. He brought the people out. He later on brought them in and said, you need to be circumcised. They need to be circumcised. You know why he circumcised them later? First of all, you need to come out and see your stand. I didn't circumcise Abraham when I brought him out the house either. I circumcised the man, he'd have turned around and went back. His circumcision would have been in vain. I gave him circumcision because he stood. I said, this is a token, and we'll pass this down as a memento down in your Tuladah. And then he came back later, and Shaul told us, say, really, circumcision don't avail anything, because it don't make a man live right. See, if it's not in his heart, in here, it won't happen. Anything you do, people tell you to be true with it, because everybody understand with a lot of these, as far as I go, it starts in the heart. Hello? That's why he told in the 10th chapter of Romans, for with the, what was it again? If somebody would ask you about why you want to be one, you'll tell them why. It's going to be in your heart. It's going to start in your heart. And that's the same thing he look at salvation. It's going to start in your heart. Because if there's no conviction to do it, you just hear. That's why I let them know you believe you. You just piling up information. It's not going to really do nothing for you. You count on this to do something for you that you got to allow it to let work. Then you got to start with the application that you follow to that degree. And that's why a lot of our people follow. It's not there. That's why people sit for a long period of time. And you say, well, how they sit there long? Because the whole time believing in vain, you get comfortable. You look at somebody, I'm watching Ivan. Why'd I make Ivan my fight? Was Ivan the one that died for me to draw me in? Not at all. I just used Ivan. At the end of the day, it's all got to be what you want to do. Now, I ain't have my eyes on nobody when I came. I really didn't. I guess why I'm kind of funny the way I am. My mind was just set on I want to be saved. I told him, man, I want to be saved. That's it. I didn't want to see nobody. I didn't want to follow nobody to try to see who it didn't make me no different. I didn't care. I really didn't care. I just knew what my convictions were. I know what I wanted to do. I knew what I was afraid of, and I don't ever want to forget that. And I think along the way we forget it. We get comfortable. We forget what our fight was for. We forget that drive we had because we you know, everybody cool, everybody, that's fine, but you can't lose your vigor. That's stupid. He said, unless you're believing in vain. People said, why I ain't saved? Well, I just got to learn. He said, first of all, this is what I told you he did. He made an atonement for you. But think about it. If you don't feel like you really had nothing that need to be atoned for, you don't feel like you was in that man's crosshair for death, I mean, really, what did he do for you? You can honestly say he didn't do nothing for you, and you wouldn't be telling Kazal. Y'all don't like that. Think about it. You weren't a bad person like me and like some other people. There's a lot of people worse than you. Only problem is, he said, I don't know him. I know everybody be the same level. But sometimes you grade yourself that way so you don't take this and you don't give it the full credence that it deserves to really take it, realize that man fixed something you couldn't possibly fix for yourself. This man was coming to kill you. This man, listen, he was coming to kill you. Just like Musha, I was coming to kill you. Make no mistake. He was on his way to kill you. But there was some people out there worse than you. Ain't nobody out there worse than you. Never been. Never been. That's why we see this as favor for the fact that it should have been me. It should have been me. I also sold my birthright, gave up, quit, turned. Should have been me. Should have been me. It's too many people should have been me. At Dom, I mean, persuaded by other people. You know it. Come on, you know better. What am I going to say? I ain't know. I knew. Come on, let's be practical. You can lie to everybody. Let's not lie to ourselves. Everything out there was somebody else's fault. Somebody else made you do it. Come on. That's good for other people. That's good when you're trying to get out of something. You can use somebody and somebody else abide in line. But how you going to pass it past him? Somebody that know and punish the heart. He punished the heart because I want to see if you're going to lie to me. I'm going to see if you're going to keep lying to yourself. And it's time for us to be truthful to yourself. You owe yourself that. You've been doing this all this time, and you've been believing in vain. He said, first of all, I told how the man came, and he did this for atonement. And how did he do it? I'm just curious, Lee. Would he tell us how he did it?
For first of all things I delivered to you that which I received, that which I have received, that the Mashiach moved to kafar for our kataim,
That's why
according
he
to the Kitabim.
That's according to the writing. And what else happened?
And he was buried, and he was kum on the third yom, according to the Kitabim.
He said, that's how he did it. He said he did it. Because he said, according to the Kitabim, the third yom, according to the Kitabim. That has no significance either, probably, does it? Hello? According to Shaul in the 4th chapter, 2 Corinthians 4 and about 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. He said, Elohim that commanded the light to shine in Kashal. What did he do? What day was that? That was the third day. That was the third day. That's when he made our Ur. That's why it was important for him to get up now. It was important for him to do it. He said, I told the court, I don't know, am I right? Let's say that see if that's 1 in 12. Because I'm telling you, you told me. I mean, he said it was according to what's the significance? Why he couldn't get right up after done? Let's see. Well, it's got to be a significance, right? I try to let y'all go. Let's see. Barashit, they call Genesis. 1, see if that's 12. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Listen.
And their rocks brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed after their kind, and ox bearing pari, whichever seed is in them after their kind.
See that? So you know what he said? Whatever seed in them after its kind. So you can see where all from Barashit, he established a principle. What other tree could an apple tree bear? Huh? What other fruit? Think of a fruit. Come on, it's got to be one. So let me get this straight. How many fruits are there in the world? As far as y'all know. 2, 3? A lot. And we just had to throw a number out. 100. 500. Let's go with 500. We're throwing a number out there. So with 500 out there, you tell me an apple tree can't throw out nothing else. 500 fruit. Just use the 500. But it's 500. How many other fruits, possibility, can a apple tree bear? That's crazy. I'm going to tell y'all why that doesn't make sense. Because I'm trying to figure out how can you have all these different ways. See that? He's trying to show you a principle. You see that? He said, Lee, we'd use 500 for a principle. Yeah, the apple tree can't bear but apples. How many different behaviors out here is it? How many? Let's say 500. How many can you demonstrate? You see what the problem is? And you ain't gonna believe how he see you as trees. You see why you got a problem? I got a real problem with you when you have all these different attitudes, all these different ways, all the other different measures. I got a problem. Because you tell me an apple tree with all these other fruit can only bear apples. And you said, because that's what's in it. Then I'm saying, it's about 500 different behaviors. And you can bear all of them? And I see you as trees. Go figure. Just something to think about, huh? Let's see. Come on.
And Elohim saw that it was two.
Mm-hmm. He said, yeah, what he said. If you're an apple tree and you bring for an apple, that's good. I could see that. He said, I could see that. Basically saying, I could see that. He said, I cannot see a man trying to bear the trait of a woman. Because that's not in him. He said, I'm just using it. Please let's not make it think I'm not trying to throw a homosexual. Please. I just use something that we commonly just look at, okay? He's trying to look at what's inside of a man. A woman? What's inside of a man? That's the seed. What else could he bear? Let's deal. Let me take this because somebody's going to try to be stupid. I know. So you said a man can't have no daughters. This is stupidity, okay? The woman has the eggs, bastard, okay? You're just giving the semen. But see, it's always some bastard gonna try to be. My boss told me, he said, it's some bastards out there, okay? They bastard from they got it because they so stupid. The man only has the seed. The woman has the eggs, okay? So here we're saying that is we're talking about the behaviors we demonstrate. Because he look at, if I made you in my likeness, after my image, you should have only been doing what I do. How did you wind up doing what everybody else doing? So the apple tree that comes out from the apple tree would do what? It'll kind of be a little fruity, like whether it be doing some orangey type stuff,
No, sir. Same thing as the
grapey. So what?
same thing with
What about with a little lemon twist? You see why he have a problem? When he set this stuff down, but that's before he made us. When he could see that this ox could put and produce the same exact ox, this plant could duplicate the same exact plant. He said, I made you for me. You should have been duplicating me. So how did you pick up this other stuff? You got what I'm saying? So you see when atonement need to come, why he need to cut us off. He said, this is nothing like me. It's like somebody made a sculpture of you. You know what I'm saying? It looked nothing like you. And say, this you. You say, no. What are you going to want to do with that? Is Mr. Yahuwah unpractical? Is he not practical in the fact that he's looking at, this looks nothing like me? Y'all said of your own mouth, it don't look nothing like you. Why would I keep it? Destroy it. Get rid of it. Y'all got it? Let's see what happened. Come on.
And there was evening, and there was morning, a Shalishiyum.
Shalishi is 3. Go up to 11. Then go into 13. Come on.
Then Elohim said, let the rots sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and pari ots on the rocks bearing pari after their kind, whichever seed in them, and it was so. And their rots brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed after their kind.
That's right.
And rots bearing pari, whichever seed is in them after their kind. And Elohim saw that it was two.
What happened?
And there was evening, and there was morning, a Shalishiyum.
What happened?
Then Elohim said, let there be Ur in the expansions of the Shamayim, and to divide between the Yum and the Layla, and let them be for Ots, and for seasons, and for Yamim, and Shanim.
And go ahead. Come on.
And let them be for Ur in the expansions of Shamayim, to give Ur on the Arats, and it was so.
Come on.
And Elohim made the two greater Ur, the greater Ur to govern the Yum, and the lesser Ur to govern the Layla and the Kukubim. And Elohim placed them in the expansion of Shamayim to give Ur on the Arats, and to govern over the Yum and over the Layla, and to separate between the Ur and the Kashak. And Elohim saw that it was two. And there was evening, and there was morning, a Rabbi Yum.
So that's why it was important for him to get the third day. Because that point of him doing it, he put us in place for regulations. See, even when these people out here rotten and wicked, he still left Ur here. He said it, well, it'll never be a time it'll ever be dark upon the rocks again like that. See, even when it was dark, it was still light. That's why you can still see light. Because we should still be out here projecting. What is it outside? You tell me there's no light out there? So you tell me the whole world riding, ain't no light out here? See, we had to understand that ain't nobody right. All these folk wicked. That don't make sense. That's like going and say ain't no light. He said, I always kept it. And he just came and he done brought it right down here to us. He done put light right here upon the rock. That's why he told you, he said, you the light that sit up on the heart. He said, and can't be hid. They can't hide us. We got to be shown. So that's why it was so important for us to recognize what he came in to do. He came in to regulate things for us. Hello? That's what he came in to set regulations in place for. We learn from this now. We learn no matter how dark, how gloom, how gleaming, guess what? It's still all over for us. Hello? So when we heard he was told us what he was going to do on the third day, the only thing we could do is reference him back here. Hello? So when Shaul said that Elohim that commanded the light to shine out of darkness, he said he shined in our hearts.
That's right.
And he said we had this vessel. He said we had this treasure. That's how we knew he going to be in the end. He said, no longer shall I be with you, I shall be in you. That man was going to be a burning in us. How you think when they talked and they said when he spoke with them, did not our love burn within us while he talked with us? And what did he open? And he opened to us the scripture. You know when that was? That was evening. That was evening when he did it. There was a burning, it was a light that was right there for them when he talked with them. And when he opened it to them, that's all light is, to manifest something. And it was dark. That's why they told him to abide, to stay there. Why? It was toward evening. And when he sat down and break bread, they said then he was known, they would knew him, which means he was manifested. That they had seen that the light had appeared to him out of darkness. And that's what I'm trying to get across to us. But in order for us to get this, we got to be real practical. And we got to be realistic. We got to be honest with ourselves. We can't keep telling lies. That's what we managed to do at people, not just here, everywhere. People just like living lies. It's comfortable. It's easy to live a lie, and you have to deal with reality. But the only problem about it, reality always come back to search you out. You're going to crash. A lot of y'all trying to hope you're going to crash. As long as you keep living a lie, you're going to crash. See, that's why it was important for us. He told us to walk in the might. And what was going to happen if we not walk? He said, if you know the might. A lot of stuff holding us captive. Our past hold us captive. Our future hold us captive because we keep dragging the same old lies into where we're going, and you can't ever advance. You got to take off what people try to hold over you. You don't ever give people that strength over you. People intent to hold you down. People in contrast want to keep going. If I got up right now and said, I want to confess to homosexuality, people just kind of look. And people are afraid to confess a thing. I'm not, so I didn't say that. I'm just using something because that's a taboo that people don't want to be seen, looked at, or done. But the thing what you find here, it's not a behavior people have manifested. It's just not. And people will make you think that this behavior you've done, nobody else has done. That's a lie. Everybody manifested. Everybody's done it. People just don't want to talk about it. People like staying here. It ain't nobody's business. I don't want nobody to get my business. I don't want to put my business out. I don't want nobody to have nothing on me. You know what the only problem is about it? The people that know what you've done the same thing.
Yeah, that's right.
And they still lying about it and they hiding it.
Yep.
But you'll get them power to use stuff over you. They still holding of it. So if I can get enough light shed on you and people looking at you, nobody never see me for who I am. That's just how the world works. And that's how I keep a lot of people trapped in. And people want to be saved to this degree. I want to be saved and my past be my past. Meaning it don't exist no more and nobody knows it. That's not how he works. Your past will always exist because you created it. You just learn to use it as a mark. You don't have to go back that way. See, that's another thing you learn when he told us about you couldn't go back the way you came. That's why Shaul told you, forgetting those things and doing what? Let me ask you a question. Before you were taught, that makes sense to forget everything behind you and press forward? You're exactly right. It don't make sense. It makes sense if you were taught, Boston, if you go out this door, you can't come back in through it. You got to come in through another. So guess what you can do, Boston? You can forget about that. Because that's not a door you can ever cross again. That's the contrast he tried to get them to understand of entering in by one way and going out another. So your past is literally that. I can't go back. Just like he told in the bar, don't go into that house and eat. Don't go in to drink. That's something you can't go to do. You can put that behind you because that's something you won't ever be doing. The reason why you guys can't, because you don't understand how he structured things. It was to teach you not. You can't go back. There are too many variables that keep you from doing it. The law itself told you can't enter back in the way you came. Y'all got it? And when I told you not to go back to commit a thing, you got to take it to that same contrast. That was a door I entered. I can't ever go back at that again. But when you don't understand your Torah, guess what you do? Back through the same door you came. And guess what you'll be doing? I need to repent. You'll bring me to mind. I need to repent. And why I'm doing this? So what? I went back in the same door that I was told I couldn't enter back in. See how they understood? They knew that once they went out of a way, there was no way to go back. The problem you got, you constantly keep going back because you hadn't looked at the structure, what he tried to get us to understand. You can't go back. It's too many things that set the pattern. You can't enter back the way you came. That's why I ain't worried about the old stuff. I can't go back. But I had to understand from the premise, he had to teach them natural. You said, why I can't? Because you came in that way. You can't go back that way. You got to go a different way. So when people understood, they understood the importance of, you ain't ever got to worry about me doing that no more. Because I can't. The Torah taught whatever things were written aforetime. See, they're going to get hung up with a door. I understood the premise of what he's trying to get me to get. I can't go back that way. See, when the book told us about Yahushua, and he had to get 2 Corinthians chapter 5, 17, let me say 17. If any man being a Mashiach, the only way he could be new, because he had never came in that way. This is a whole nother way. The only way it could be new, he had to come in a way, he had to come in a different way. He said, old things, and what happened? And all things are passed away, all things have become, and they're Elohim. Before he told us that, he said, henceforth know we no ish after the flesh. Although with the Mashiach, we did know him. How do we know him? They knew him by the spirit, these people. He said we knew him by the flesh. He said henceforth. We don't know. That's why it's an insult to have a caught baby in the ground. Because that's how we knew him. We don't know him like that no more. That's why when he got up, nobody recognized him. How could you? That didn't make common sense. He ain't the same person. How did he get up and they knew who he was? That make no sense. That's not new. That's the same nigga. Come on. See, people haven't been honest. They haven't been honest. People don't want you to look at it the same way. He said we did know him out the flesh. Henceforth, he said we don't know him no more like that. No more. We don't know him like that. He can never go back and do that again. He can't retrace and show himself come out no wound again. That's impossible. The Torah won't let him. He'll be a breaker of the Torah. That's a violation. And so when you go back and I go back and I do stuff that's of the flesh, would that be a violation? Because you can't go back that way no more. Y'all follow me? Yes, sir. We got to get this right. Nothing else is more important than that. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. We got to get this right. We have not followed it wholly the way we should have followed it. But now he's getting to where it's practical to make sense. You can't go back. This is a violation. He said, it's too many things he said in the pattern to show. You can't go back that way. Everything that holds you to keep, you can't. You got to get in your mind. You can't. This is a violation. Now he told you to walk. Let me see how you supposed to walk. And what was that? And what? Newness. What? But it's easier for me to walk the way I used to walk because I know that way. So if I walk in newness of life, that means I can't do nothing else old. That's how you're supposed to walk in newness of life. Who can walk in newness of life? Somebody that's new. New creature. A baby can walk in newness of life. That's why everybody, look, and yawn. You're thinking, hell, I yawn all the time. Look, and move the hand. Look, it's sleeping. Because we've never seen it do this before. Newness of life. After a while, that's what we do all the time. Everybody trying to look at that. So everything you got to do now got to be new. Got it? Let's do it.